Hi pals, welcome to my channel From Skint to Savvy. If you are new here, this is my journey from being skint, living from wage to wage, in my overdraft, using credit cards and just being completely out of control as to when my bills were coming out, what payments I had to be made, and having no savings for any emergencies, to becoming a little bit more savvy with my money, being a little bit more aware of where my money goes and how much I actually have of it, and also being a little bit more thoughtful about what I'm spending my money on and why. Many of you will understand emotional buyers. That's me. I tend to spend money whenever I'm feeling really happy, whenever I'm feeling really sad, etc, etc. So yeah, that's my journey. So if you are new and you haven't yet subscribed, if you would like to join me on this journey, I would love it if you could subscribe. If not, just leave a little like or a comment, any questions that you have. And obviously, if you have already subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you that have subscribed and that watch my videos and that comment, and also people over on Instagram that I've met over there. I think I'd be a lot more struggling with this journey if I hadn't met some really lovely people. So if you are new to budgeting, new to YouTube, and are starting up your budgeting journey and you haven't yet come over to the budgeting side of Instagram, I highly recommend it. There are some lovely people on there. I have met quite a few now, some that you just randomly start speaking to and become really good friends with, others that you randomly speak to for a good few hours over nonsense, and just, you know, you build up a bit of rapport with them, and everybody is so supportive. So yeah, head on over to Instagram. But for today, or for this video, I've got a few videos that I'm hoping to do today if my words will continue to work. But for this video anyway, we are going to do March's second week budget. So that's next week from the 7th. I haven't yet finished this week's because my week runs from Monday to Sunday, so I can't close out until tomorrow evening when my day's over. And I also get paid on a monthly basis, and my week every week I do a cash stuffing. So if that gets complicated, please just leave me a little question, or if you want to do it privately, just jump over to Instagram or TikTok. The same name, but ask me there. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. So, as of Sunday evening, let me scroll you in just a little. As of Sunday evening, when we close out Sunday evening, I am hoping, if my budget is correct for last week or this week, to have £1,564.62 in my bank. I also have £50 in cash that I have got from different little side hustles, selling things, that kind of thing. So that £50 is coming there. And then if I have to use any sinking funds, I would have them in there. If I get any monetary gifts, I would put it in there. Or if occasionally I'll get expenses from work, so I'll get mileage payments back. I think it'll be due in the next week's budget after this one, but that would go in there. So any income streams that I would have will come in there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add this up to find out how much money we are going to have for this week. So 1,564.62 plus 50. Nope, I didn't do the plus. 1,564.62 plus 50. So that gives me £1,614.62 for this week. But not only is it for this week, we have to remember I have to roll over money to next week to cover any bills, and to the week after to cover any bills, because that wage has to cover a month's worth of bills. The actual bills that I have coming out of my bank, I think this is instead of just thinking, I'll go back and have a wee proper look. Just bear with me. It's here on this page. So my Audible comes out on the 7th, and you've gone a bit fuzzy, and my 200 Club comes out on the 11th. So I'll just write that in. So Audible is the 7th and the 11th. So Audible is my book subscription for audiobooks that I listen to in the car. I could not do my job without them because I drive for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles in a week, and I could listen to a full book going from one village to the next village through my day's work. So it's been indispensable for me. So for some that's a luxury item. For me at the minute it's kind of a necessity for my job to get me through the day. And my 200 club is like kind of like a village raffle. So the village that I live in, they have like a committee that will do events and things like that for the village, and the 200 club money goes into that. A lot of people in the village actually pay in towards that. I don't think I've ever won from it. I think my boyfriend's won a bottle of whiskey or something, but yeah, it's just my way of supporting the village in a very small way. Obviously when events and things are on, I do go to them too to try and help that way, but that's what I do for that. So yeah, the total of my bills for this week only will come to $11.99. So then what I would do is take that $11.99 away from this 161,462. So minus $11.99. And that leaves me with $1,602.63. So that's what's left after my bills. So I'll bring that number down to here. Okay, so these are what I class as my envelopes, my cash envelopes. However, the top four here are not actually in cash. They are on prepaid direct debit cards. No, not direct debit cards, prepaid debit cards. So I have a Hyperjar card, I have a Starling card, and I also have a Tesco Plus card. And from my bank every week I will top up these cards, and then I only have that amount to spend for the week. So it's almost like cash, but it's still easier to just tap and pay at the checkout rather than having to find the cash and get the change and whatever. Because that's where I was finding that I was struggling to use cash, was in these areas. So that's why I went with the cards. So for groceries, I'm going to put in £40, and that's just for my groceries. I live alone. Occasionally I will cook for my boyfriend, or you know, have visitors or whatever, but generally £40 sees me quite comfortably in a week. Eating out, I only stuff that every fortnight, so I stuffed it last week. But my boyfriend paid last week, so that £40 that I put in there last week will do for this week when we go out for dinner on Sunday. The dog food, I'm putting in £10. That's on a Hyperjar card. This is on a Starling. Eating out's on a Starling card. My dog food is on the Hyperjar card, and what I do is before I go grocery shopping, I put the £10 onto the £40, and then I buy the shopping, and it's in my wallet. So the wallet is attached to an actual card, and then when I put I put it through separately. So I'll pay for my groceries first, then I'll pay for anything for the dog separately, and then I can put them back into the specific pots on the Hyperjar card. I'm trying to find my iPad so that I can show you it in person when I do my cash stuffing, but it's been a little bit it's hiding from me currently. I have no idea where it is. And then my diesel is on my Tesco Plus card, and I put in £65. It doesn't quite fill a tank now that the prices have increased, but it kind of does me from week to week, so £65. But as I said, I do travel quite a lot of miles in a week, around 500-600 miles at the minute. So £65 a week is doing that. Electric, I was stuffing £40 in that every week, and that was kind of doing me actually. But for the month of March, I'm going to stuff it a little bit more, because I seen a clip from Martin Lewis, a money saving expert, Money, and he was saying that if you have not a smart meter, a prepayment card electric meter thing, then, which is what I have, not a smart one, the old one, then I can top it up now in March. And then when the 1st of April comes, when the electric hike comes on, because I've already paid for that then it will be at the rate that I've paid it for. I'm hoping he's right, but I'm going to chance it anyway. So the spare money that I do have, I'm going to put onto electric for this month. I think the maximum I can have on my meter is £249, I think. I don't think I'll be able to put that on it at the end of March, as well as use it for the next 3 weeks, but I'm going to try and put as much on as I can and see if that will keep it at the lower rate. The purse is just spending for me. I just keep it in a little wallet in my purse in case I want like a bottle of juice or a coffee or something like that. And miscellaneous is just in case anything crops up. If I need to put more electric in, or if I need £6 from my purse instead of £5, whatever. So that extra £5 just floats away. At the minute, I'm just going to roll them over in March. And then at the end of the month, if there's any cash left over, I will put it into a savings challenge. And what I'm doing is, I'll show you when I close out my week, but I am going to be using these check-in sheets. I've got 2 for each week. So this one here is for my cards, and this one here is for my cash. And I will roll over any money, and then when we come down to this here, I will put that into savings. I hope that makes sense. It won't, if it doesn't make sense, it will make sense when I actually do my closeout. So in total, I have £175 that I want to put in my envelopes, digitally and cash. So I'm going to take that away from the 160263. So 1602.63, and that's minus 175. So that leaves me with £1,427.63. Okay, so then we're going to carry this up into this box, which is 1427.63. Okay, so these are my sinking funds, so my sort of like short-term, long-term, medium-term savings, and I have just condensed these into the budget categories for the moment because there's not enough space in here to write all of my sinking funds in here. I don't have a huge amount, but I do have a few, more than what this box allows. But so self would include things like beauty, would include my budgeting envelopes, my clothing envelopes, that kind of thing. Obviously Piper was my dog, self-explanatory. Occasions is really kind of birthdays, gifts, anniversaries. Entertainment at the minute is just weekends away, but obviously it would be like holidays, days out, all that kind of stuff. And then savings is self-explanatory. It's savings, everything bar my savings challenges go in here. So I am going to stuff £100 in total into these envelopes, and over the page I can show you what that breakdown is. But so we're going to take that 100 away from the 1427.63, so that's 1327.63, and then I'd obviously started doing my budget earlier. So I will bring that down into here, 1327.63. Okay, I'm hitting the camera, sorry. So for my extra debt, I am going to pay off my Tesco credit card. Now I'm aware that I've said in the last 3 videos for my budget that I'm going to pay off my Tesco credit card, but I did intend to pay it off last week, and I had £16.65 on the credit card, and for some unknown reason I paid off £16.64, leaving 1 pence left on the credit card, which of course is a debt to the credit card company, albeit it's only a penny. So to leave that 1 penny on, I would have got, you know, interest and all that kind of stuff on it. So what I've done is I wanted to get some budgeting tools that I was going to budget for, and then I thought, well, you know, I'm just going to buy them. So I wanted to get some new pens, these little, I don't know if you've just seen them, yeah, these little magnetic clips. They're really for this book so that I can put them in the pages, so when I'm doing all my different debt payments and whatever, you have to flip through a few different pages, so it's really just to clip onto there. So they're just magnetic both sides, and then you would just clip them over the page, and then it's easier to flick and find where things are. I also got this double-sided tape, which I will show you for why when I come to do my cash stuffing. It's just on a roller, so it's quick and easy to use. I got a tray for my money to go in for when I do my cash stuffing, and I also got some laminated envelopes. I think that was all I got, but I can't really remember off the top of my head what I got, although it is in my cash expenses breakdown. But yeah, so I have put it all on the credit card, so it came to £51.15, and I put it all on the credit card, which then took the total for the credit card to £51.16, and then I'm going to pay that this week, and pay that off in full, and then that'll get rid of that penny, and it will just be done, and the credit card is then clear. I don't want to get rid of the credit card completely, because you just never know when you might need to use it, but yeah, it's clear, and my intention is to really not use it again. So we're going to take that £51.16 away from this, and that will leave me with £1,276.47. So this week I am going to be doing the 100 envelope challenge. I do 2 challenges, well, I do 3, but I do 2 challenges week about. So this week I'll do the 100 envelopes challenge. Last week I did the house deposit challenge, and then on the 3rd week I'll do the house deposit challenge again, and on the 4th week I'll do the 100 envelopes challenge. This is just, the savings are all going to the same place, they're all going to house deposit. However, I just felt like for me it was a little bit more better for me to do 2 different ones to keep my interest, rather than just doing the same one over and over and over. So 100 envelopes is self-explanatory. You get 100 envelopes numbered 1 to 100, and you pick 1, 2, 3, 4, however many you can afford, and then you stuff them and put that away, and that is just put away and you don't touch. And then I also have the house deposit one, which is in here, and I got this from Budget With Us UK. They have loads and loads of great little challenges on their Etsy shop if you want to pop over. But this is just basically a house, and every part of the house is worth a different amount. So every brick is worth 25. Obviously the windows are worth 50, the doors 150, and it tells you in here, but the little bricks are worth 25. So at the minute I've done 3 bricks and a window, and that is in there. And yeah, so it just makes it a little bit more exciting for me. So I haven't had, my boyfriend really likes to pick the numbers. He likes to, I've said before, he likes to pick and try and get the biggest numbers. He does it blinded, so it's not like he's picking big numbers deliberately, but he likes to see if he can get the big ones when he's picking. So the maximum amount that he can pick is £199. So we're just going to pop that in our budget, in the hopes that he won't pick those 2. But yeah, that's the maximum. So we'll take that away from here, 199. So that will leave us with that'll leave us with £177.47, and that will be our rollover. So that is the money that I will be taking over into week 3 of March, £1,077.47. If everything goes to plan on budget, apart from obviously this £199, but if everything goes as it's on my budget, this will be what is in my bank on the 13th of March, rolling over into the 14th of March for week 3's budget. So because I put it in there, it's so that I can account for that as savings. It's saved for next week, and then that means my total savings, I'll take this little thing off the pen because it keeps knocking the camera, my total savings will be £1,276.47, which you'll notice is the same as my leftover here, and that means that I have nothing left over, so a zero-based budget. My zero-based budget, I'm not spending every single penny that I have, because obviously I need this money to roll over. If I was getting paid weekly, then my zero-based budget might look different, because I might not be rolling over anything, because I might get paid that next week. But I only get one pay in the month. So by rolling over and using it as savings, it gives me a total savings and my leftover is 0. So I hope that makes sense. This video was supposed to be short. It's not, so I do apologise. I was trying to get it to be under 20 minutes, but I have problems. I don't know why. So quickly, before I close out of this, I was explaining to you earlier about my categories. So we have my budget categories here, and I was saying that they will be broken down. So they are broken down into what is on this page. So I'll quickly try and explain. So the self category I have in a blue colour, so I'll colour that in there, okay. And then these ones here, so my beauty, my treats and my budgeting are all part of the self category. Obviously Piper is self-explanatory. She does have a few different things that she might need, but Piper is her groom. She gets groomed every 8 to 10 weeks, so I like to save up and make sure that I've got money there in case she ever needed to go more regularly, or if she needed her nails cut, or because she's a fluffy dog, sometimes she needs her ears plucked. So yeah, so occasions is in this yellowy colour, and at the minute that is classed as birthdays envelope, but it will be birthdays, gifts, anniversaries. Obviously we've got Mother's Day coming up, and that will be included in that. Entertainment, as I said already, is just weekends away at the minute, but when we come into the summer, it could be days out, days with my nieces and nephews, you know, holidays, things like that. And then savings is, so my savings is there, and it's also for Christmas, my car insurance, which is due in July, and my car tax again, which is due in July, and I hope to pay off in full. Also my emergency, and then of course my 100 envelope challenge will be savings, although that is not included in my sinking funds total up here because it is down here. There we are. So I hope that makes sense to you. Any questions, any queries, please just give me a wee shout and I'll try and answer them. But yeah, that's it for now. My next video, I'm hoping to do my cash stuffing for this money, and also come Sunday night, Monday, I will close out this week. And yeah, just throughout the weeks I will be doing my expense trackers, making sure that my expense trackers are filled in and highlighted. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Thank you for watching, and I will speak to you all again soon. Bye.